Module 26 Project by Ryan Slane and Brianna Ramos. The Big Five theory was formulated as a result of thorough research on Cattell's and Eysenck's personality trait theories. This model states that there are 5 core traits which collaborate in order for them to form one single personality. These include extraversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and neuroticism. Eysenck developed a very influential model of personality. Based on the results of factor analyses and responses to personality questionnaires, he identified 3 dimensions of personality: extraversion, neuroticism, and psychoticism. The trait perspective of personality explores the personality traits and how many traits you have. Cattell disagreed with Eysenck's view that personality can be understood by looking at only 2 or 3 dimensions of behavior. Gordon Allport was one trait theorist who believed personalities are unique. Allport believed personalities was so unique, he categorized over 18,000 words to describe personality. Eventually, Allport categorized traits into 3 main dimensions that I will discuss later. Social cognitive perspective believes we can learn many of our behaviors through conditioning or modeling. Social cognitive theorists also emphasize the importance of mental processes such as what we think about our situations. Social cognitive theorists who focus on how we and our environment interact, how do we interpret and respond to situations, how do our schemas, our memories, and our expectations influence on behaviors and their patterns. In social learning theory, Albert Bandura's agrees with the behavioralist learning theories of classical conditioning and operant conditioning. However, he adds 2 important ideas. The first is mediating processes occur between stimuli and responses. The second, that behavior is learned from the environment through the process of observational learning. Bandura's and Rotter's social cognitive theories of personality emphasize cognitive processes such as thinking and judging. On to Martin Seligman and his PERMA acronym, which adds 2 more elements of well-being to the orientations to happiness. These 2 additions are accomplishment and positive relationships. These 5 elements of the theory form the acronym PERMA, which stands for pleasure, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. Social cognitive theory, or SCT, holds that proportions of an individual's knowledge acquisition can be directly related to observing others within the context of social interactions, experiences, and outside media influences. The theory states that when people observe a model performing a behavior and the consequences of that behavior, they remember the sequence of events and use these information to guide subsequent behaviors. This leads into positive psychology that has focused attention on positive human experiences and healthy outcomes. which is an important step towards a fuller understanding of human functioning in the social world. Back to Gordon Allport, whom I mentioned earlier, he had come up with three main dimensions: cardinal, central, and secondary traits. Cardinal traits are considered to be an individual's ruling passions. Cardinal traits are powerful, but few people have personalities dominated by a single trait. Central traits come next in the hierarchy. These are general characteristics found in varying degrees in each person, such as loyalty, kindness, agreeableness, friendliness, sneakiness, wildness, or grouchiness. They are the basic building blocks that shape most of our behavior. Secondary traits exist at the bottom of the hierarchy and are not quite as obvious or consistent as central traits. They are plentiful, but only under specific circumstances. They include things like preferences or attitude. These secondary traits explain why a person may at times exhibit behaviors that seem incongruent with their usual behavior. As I mentioned earlier, social cognitive perspective believes we may learn many of our behaviors through conditioning and modeling. Schemas are like our memories and what makes us us. Our schema grows from experiences. Schemas, memories, and expectations can all have a varying effect on our behavioral patterns. Albert Bandura in 1977 agrees with the behavioralist learning theories of classical conditioning and operant conditioning. However, he adds two important ideas. Mediating processes occur between stimuli and responses, and also that behavior is learned from the environment through the process of observational